From the Worldwide Reb, this is Reflections of a Rabbi.
One drop of honey makes a world of difference. One drop of honey makes learning sweet. Add one drop of honey to Talmud Torah, and you've got a team that can't be beat. All starts with the children. Open minds and smiling faces.
In 1984, Rabbi Joel Roth, who was then a very important member of the Committee on Jewish Law and Standards of the conservative movement, wrote a responsa called On the Ordination of Women as Rabbis. And in that responsa, he talks about what it would take for him to allow women to be ordained as rabbis. One of his conclusions is that women should take on all of the obligations if they want to take on any of the obligations. That it's a package deal. That when women decide that they too are obligated equally with men, then they can serve as rabbis. In my particular synagogue, and I imagine in many egalitarian synagogues around the world, we tell ourselves that women are equal with men. But I'm not sure that's true. Women are indeed equal in privilege, but I'm not sure that women are equal in responsibility. I've had the honor of performing many b'nai mitzvah, celebrating with many b'nai mitzvah. The boys, after their bar mitzvah is over, always seem to remember to put their talis on, their talit on, when they come back into synagogue. Many, many girls, though, think it's just a costume for their bat mitzvah. They think somehow it's mandatory for that one day, but then for the rest of their lives, they don't need to wear it. Where's the breakdown? Why do men still feel obligated with certain things, whereas some women, even though they have the same privileges, don't have that same sense of obligation? I'm certainly not blaming women. In fact, I would suggest that we, in leadership positions, have failed the egalitarian world and the egalitarian movement. We have had an opportunity to state clearly, men and women are equal in both privilege and responsibility. Men are responsible to cover their heads when they walk into a conservative or a traditional synagogue. Men are responsible for wearing a talit, for morning tefillot, for morning prayer. Why have we not said the same thing for women? Why have we not said, women, because you are just as worthy to read Torah, because you are just as worthy to make a minyan, because you are just as worthy to have an aliyah, or to serve in any other capacity in our service, why have we not said, because you are just as worthy to do that, you are also just as worthy to bear the burden of the responsibilities that come with those privileges? There aren't many things that Rabbi Roth and I have agreed on. This, I think, is one. If we truly want to be an egalitarian Jewish community, if any community truly wants to be egalitarian, then we need to start making the men and the women equal, not only in privilege, not only in what we allow them to do, but also in what we require them to do. If we're not prepared to tell women, you are bat mitzvah, this is now an obligation, a responsibility of grown Jewish adults to wear a kippah, to wear a talit, to wear tefillin, whatever the obligation is. If we're not prepared to say that to women, then how can we say that to men and call ourselves an egalitarian community? To me, egalitarianism is about equality. It's about equality and privilege. Men are just as worthy as women, and women just as worthy as men, to develop, to create, to sustain, and to nurture a loving and connected and meaningful relationship with God and with the Jewish people. That relationship can't just exist in privilege. It has to exist, and it always has existed, in obligation, in responsibility. That's why we have halakha. That's why we have Jewish law. We cannot create a world in which women and men are equal in Judaism until we require women to hold themselves up to the same standards that we require men to hold themselves up to. It's time for us to not be kind of egalitarian. It's time for us to celebrate our equality, to celebrate the fact that men and women are able to partake in the same experiences, the same wonderful celebrations in synagogue. And men and women are also required to participate, to celebrate, and to fulfill their responsibilities as Jews in egalitarian Jewish communities. Just my opinion. Until next time, Lehitraot.